You don't. You just celebrate it. And then you look around the room like this and try and figure out who are the next four. Next slide. Guy embraced my dad. He's also a hero. He wears a Silver Star, 5 Distinguished Flying Crosses, a whole bunch of air medals. He fought and flew in 3 wars as well. When he pinned these wings on his son John's chest at Columbus Air Force Base, he did more than pass on an old set of silver. He passed on an Air Force, an unbelievable Air Force, incredibly powerful, unbeatable in battle, but smart enough to know that the job is peace. Let me show you what we do. You run the video, please. So that's the job. You interested? Next slide. Everybody in this room who decides to come into our United States Air Force will do one of these missions. You'll do aerospace superiority, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, global strike, mobility, command and control, and you'll do them in 3 different domains, in aerospace and cyberspace. It's an amazing, amazing opportunity. Let me talk about each one real briefly and show you what it really looks like. Next slide. This is what air superiority looks like if you didn't. I'm more worried about what the face of air superiority looks like. Next slide. Anybody know that? A couple of years ago, Matt was the #1 squadron commander in our Air Society. Then he became the leading area commander, where he received the HH Armed Sword like we just saw presented here a moment ago. Now he's an Air Force pilot trainer. He just completed the T6 program at Advanced Air Force Base as the first guy in his class to complete it. He's hoping to get a fighter assignment. He finds out day after tomorrow whether he's going to go to T-38 or the T1 track. He's hoping to go T-38, and in about October he wants to go fly a fighter somewhere. Maybe one of those F-22s. Maybe match the face of air superiority. Maybe somebody will fly with it. Next slide. Space superiority is a huge issue for our force as well. We operate about 8 different satellite constellations, 77 different satellites, 24/7. We track about 23,000 different objects in space. There's about 110,000 total. We'll be able to track a lot more here as technology improves over the next year or two. We've got about 15,000 airmen to do this around the clock, each and every day. They do everything from missile warning to space surveillance to tracking debris. They launch satellites, 100 straight national security space launches as of this last week. 100 straight without a problem. Airmen do that. They do it every day. One of them sitting right down there. Where's my NRO, Space Acquisition Officer here? There you are. Stand up. This is what space superiority looks like. So we were lucky enough to work with her. Flying satellites. Next one. Intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance is kind of at the heart of what we do for our combatant commanders. This is something else we do all day, every day. 35,000 airmen every day that are in this mission set, doing everything from building collection decks to flying satellites, flying airplanes, managing sensors, and moving data around the world. We've got one of the guys right here, a second lieutenant who moves data all over the planet every single day to provide information to leaders in the combat area so they can make the decisions to either kill people or keep them alive. Next slide. Global Hawks. This happens to be a Global Hawk access for the combat commanders today around the world. This is one of the lifelines for them. They get more information on this new platform than they have gotten out of anything in the past. The volume of information you can process through one of these things is absolutely stunning. Next slide. That's Jolie. Anybody know her? I met Jolie at the Grand Forks Air Force Base this last year. She was assigned there as an RPA pilot. Her job was running charitable events when she was in the Army, by the way. She loved doing it. She loved connecting with the community. Now she's building a new one in this new mission area. She's the Assistant Chief of Training for the 348th Reconnaissance Squadron in Grand Forks. She's also one of the few RPA pilots we have in the Air Force who's dual qualified in both the Block 20 and the Block 40 Global Hawk remotely piloted aircraft. That picture I just showed you. She's a pretty fantastic young lady and a fantastic officer. Right now, her side task is to figure out how to take the ground-moving target intelligence that sensor provides and direct feed into the F-16 cockpit for quicker target acquisition, identification, or disruption. It's not a bad side job to have. On the right is a picture of her along with there are the total of 6 women there who flew a Global Hawk sortie last month that set some records. In the back right corner is their squadron commander. The other 6 are the pilots who flew the mission. That's Jolie at the controls with the headphones on, getting ready to break the record. The record was for longest military unrefueled flight. This was the first all-female Global Hawk crew. This was the longest Global Hawk flight ever. In fact, it was the longest military unrefueled flight in history, 34.3 hours. And that's Jolie getting ready to land it. The world's changing. Technology's magic, but not as magic as the people who run it. Some of you will be lucky enough to fly this airplane. Jolie will be your instructor. You'll be lucky if she is. Next slide. Global Strike is one of the things our Air Force stands for. Sometimes it looks like this. Next slide. Sometimes it looks like this. This is an airfield in Libya. 1 airplane, 1 pass, 16 independently targeted joint direct attack munitions destroyed every shelter on the airfield. By the way, that airplane was a B-1 at Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota. It took off from Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota, hit this target in Libya, landed in the Middle East, refueled, rearmed, hit another airfield on the way back to Ellsworth. We're pretty good at what we do, guys. Nobody else in the world can do this. This is your Air Force. Next slide. Global Strike also looks like this. This is an IBM test launch out of Vandenberg Air Force Base. That ICBM is heading downrange to a target in the Marshall Islands, 4,200 miles away. It'll hit the target. Next slide. This is the face of Global Strike. Kara was the base squadron commander as an Army. She's now Deputy Combat Missile Crew Commander at Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota. When we had trouble recently at Malmstrom and needed some extra help, Kara's one of the people who was selected to go fill in. You think we sent slugs to do that? Yeah, she's as good as we got. Some of you one day will serve beside her.